Dear students, today we are going to see in complex analysis unit 2. Unit 2, the name of the unit is nothing but complex integrals. They are nothing but called as a complex integrals. Complex integrals. Okay, so we are going to see about the complex integrals. We are going to do different types of problems and how the complex integrals will be is used to find the solution of the different curves which we are going to take, that we are going to find out. Okay, so first we'll take a definition. Suppose W of t is equal to some u of t plus I v of t e of t, comma, where t belongs to a comma b is a complex valued function, is a complex valued function of the real variable t. Okay, so W of t is nothing but equal to u of t plus I v of t, where t belongs to a comma b is a complex valued function of the real variable t. Then d by dt of W of t can be taken as d by dt of u of t plus I v of t, and this also can be written as u dash of t plus I v dash of t. Now it should be this u of t is also differentiable as well as v dash of t is also differentiable. The real part is differentiable as well as the imaginary part also differentiable, where whenever u dash of t comma v dash of t exists, when this derivative exists, then we can able to find the derivative of d by dt of W of t. So therefore whenever the derivative of the real part and the imaginary part also should exist. Okay, so this is what we have taken. Next, if z is equal to, means z naught is equal to, let us take let z naught is equal to x naught plus I y naught be a complex number, then we'll try to find out the value like this. Now d by dt of z naught into W of t is equal to, we'll try to find out the value of this one as some z naught into W dash of t. Now this is what we are going to prove. Okay, so the proof, a small proof which is very easy. Okay, so d by dt of z naught into W of t is equal to d by dt of otherwise first we'll take like this. First we'll take W of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t, and z naught of t is equal to, or z naught is equal to x naught plus I y naught. These are the two things. So what I'll write is z naught into W of t is equal to x naught plus I y naught into u of t plus I v of t. Okay, so I'll multiply this x naught to inside. So therefore this becomes as x naught u of t plus I into x naught v of t plus I into y naught u of t. Okay, and I into I is minus, I into I is nothing but I square, so it becomes as minus, so minus y naught into v of t. So therefore I'll just separate the real parts, that is x naught u of t minus y naught v of t plus I into x naught. X naught, what we can say, x naught I into x naught v of t plus y naught u of t. This is what we have written. This is x naught u of t minus y naught v of t plus I common I into, like this we have taken. Now this is real part and this is the imaginary part. Now d by dt of z naught w of t. Now if we can able to wanted to calculate d by dt of z naught into w of t is equal to d by dt of this thing. So real part and the imaginary part you will be getting as x naught u dash of t minus y naught v dash of t plus I into x naught v dash of t plus y naught u dash of t. Now this is how you may get like this. Then if you again reshuffle, like x naught, if you take common, x naught into this, you will be getting as x naught u dash of t plus I x naught plus I into, or I may write it this form as x naught plus I y naught into u dash of t plus I v dash of t. If you can take common, then you can write it as u dash of t plus I v dash of t into x naught plus I naught. Now this is nothing but z naught and this is w dash of t. So therefore d by dt of z naught into w of t can be written as z naught into w dash of t. This is how we can calculate the derivative of the given complex number with z naught and w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t. Now this is how we can write. We can have the problem. So there is one more problem, isn't it? If you can take let w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t, where t belongs to a comma b, where t belongs to a comma b, then we are going to define the form of like this. We are going to define the form of integral a to b w of t dt is equal to integral a to b u of t plus I v of t dt. Now this is what we are integrating this w of t. Now this is nothing but we can write integral a to b u of t dt plus I into integral a to b v of t dt. Now these two integrals are nothing but Riemann integrals. So what we can say that provided with the Riemann integrals, it may be equal like this. You can write this one with the Riemann integrals. Those are integral a to b u of t dt and integral a to b v of t dt. These are the Riemann integrals. If the Riemann integral exists, then we can write in the form of like this. Okay, so this is the one of the definition that we can write. And now we are going to see one more important problem, theorem, that is nothing but fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Now this is another important theorem. It may be used for 4 marks. Okay, so we are going to prove the fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Suppose w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t, where t belongs to a comma b. If there is a continuous function, if there is a continuous function continuous function, if there is a continuous function, w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t. If there is a continuous function, w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t, I may take this as capital W and this is capital U and this is capital V. This is capital V. These are small w and the small u and the small v. Okay, such that the t belongs to a comma b. T is nothing but belongs to a comma b, such that w dash of t, the capital W dash of t is equal to small w of t. The t belongs to a comma b, then what we can write here is integral a to b w of t dt is equal to w of b minus w of a, capital W of b minus capital W of a. This is small w of t is dt is equal to this one. So we need to prove the theorem. Now proof is also very simple. What is given? Given w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t, where t belongs to a comma b, and there is a continuous function that is nothing but w, capital W of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t, and t belongs to a comma b, such that we need to prove, such that it has given a condition that w dash of t is equal to capital W dash of t equal to w of t, where t belongs to a comma b. Then we need to prove that integral a to b of w of t is equal to w of b minus w of a. Okay, now let us take this one in the form of like this. Look, let us take integral a to b w of t is equal to, I am just taking as w of t dt is equal to, I am writing w of t dt the small. What is w of t dt? This is the thing. Integral a to b, I may write u of t plus I v of t dt according to the given hypothesis. Okay, so now what is w dash of t? I may take this w of t. So w I may write as w of capital W of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t. Okay, and if I take derivative for this, w dash of t is equal to u dash of t plus I v dash of t. This is w dash of t. Okay, and small w of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t. Now this is what we have. According to condition, w dash of t is equal to w of t. So therefore that implies capital W dash of t is equal to small w of t. Small w of t is this. Capital W dash of t is this. So I may write as u dash of t plus I v dash of t is equal to u of t plus I v of t. Okay, now equating the real and imaginary part. Now this one I am writing in the form like this. So that implies you will be getting as u dash of t is equal to u of t and v dash of t is equal to v of t. You are getting as u dash of t is equal to u of t, v dash of t is equal to v of t. Now if you substitute the values of these two in this, wherever u of t is there, you can substitute u dash of t, and wherever v dash of t is there, you can substitute v of t. Okay, so therefore I am just substituting the value of these two in this. So therefore I am write as integral a to b w of t dt is equal to integral a to b w of t u of t dt plus I into integral a to b v of t dt. This is from here. Okay, let us take this as number we'll take this one. We'll take this one, then substitute here. So we'll take u dash of t is equal to u of t here. So you'll be getting as a to b u dash of t, capital U dash of t dt plus I into integral a to b capital V dash of t dt. In the place of V dash of t, we are going to substitute V of t, we are going to substitute as V dash of t. Then what is the answer you will get? So this is what? This is derivative integral will get cancelled. So you will be getting as u of t under the intervals a to b, okay, plus I into v of t under a to b, because derivative integral gets cancelled. So this is you will be getting as u of b minus u of a plus I into v of b minus I into v of a. Upper limit and lower limit we have substituted. So therefore I may reshuffle this: u of b plus I v of b, u of b plus I v of b minus u of a plus I v of a. This is capital. Okay, this is what we have taken. Now what is this now? This is u of b plus I v of b means capital W of b according to the formula, minus u of a plus I v of b means capital W of a. So therefore what we got here is, integral a to b W of t dt is equal to capital W of b minus capital W of a. This is how we got the fundamental theorem on integral calculus. So the capital W of b minus capital W of a. Now this is how we can do the problem. Okay, with the help of fundamental theorem of calculus we can do many more problems. Okay, so that we can able to solve the different problems which is given. Thank you.